Okay, continuing. Let me come back over here and Control F9 this first screen. Don Campbell, this is the title of the talk that I gave, as you could see, was, let me go back there. Fourth CoSy, open source, since it was an open source group, and the fish scale model of omniscience, which is actually the title of a famous paper by Don Campbell, who was, while I had a number of great mentors over time, Don Campbell perhaps had the broadest vision of all of them. And in fact, was a president, well, you can see, check the Wikipedia page. But he also gave me my first job in APL, which was essentially creating a test for discontinuities in time series, which had to do with the implementation of some law. I think it was in Connecticut, on whether or not some new law on drunk driving or something like that actually had any effect on the statistics. To go and that's the sort of problem, in a sense, which, again, it's only a few lines of APL. If you understand, it's because you really have to understand time series and so forth, though. In any case, I use this, it's a beautiful sort of a model, and this is one of the things is, I found this picture of a suit of armor, fish scales, but each of us just knows some particular domain, and I happen to know this spectrum from the machine to the math, the APL. But what I don't know is infinitely greater than what I do. However, and this is the thing is with respect to CoSy and language, I know where I'm going because I've been there. Let me come back over here and flip to the next slide. Whoops, I just F6 that, and you can see what F6 did. It put it up here, and there's a question mark at the end because that word, that's a word in fourth is any non-blank string of characters. We'll get back to that, but I meant, of course, to go and Control F9 that. And fourth CoSy has evolved as my ambient computing environment and tool for the business of life since the 1980s, when I was pulled down to New York by Marvin Markowitz. And here actually is the screen on an old compact suitcase for all of you, and this was taken on the roof of 42 Peck Slip by the Fulton Fish Market, and clearly the Brooklyn Bridge, where I lived for 2 decades and ended up carrying my CoSy notebook into an awful lot of investment dog and ponies and so forth. So it's evolved through many generations of hardware and several generations of APL converging, building it in fourth. And in a sense, what I see it as is Captain Picard's log. Check out this page, which goes through one of the things. It links to a talk by Brad Nelson at the Silicon Valley Fourth Interest Group at Stanford, where you'll see I've given several presentations. And I'll say, above all else, don't forget. That's sort of, if don't repeat the past. Thus, saving your work is the first priority. Time is pervasive. Keep track of it. And CoSy can be thought of as intelligent note paper. So let me go to the next slide, and let me take a break and come back to this because I don't know. I only have like 10 minutes in each chunk here.